Your discretion is strongly advised before we begin. What follows is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. What you are about to hear is a word-for-word transcription of testimony delivered in federal court during the trial of Diddy Combs, as reported by Inner City Press. No one saw it coming. The room was thick with silence, every eye fixed on the entrance. Then the doors opened, and Will Smith walked in. A gasp rippled through the courtroom, even the judge froze. No announcement, no prepared statement, just Will, alone, silent. Until that day, he had said nothing. Despite the rumors, the leaks, the audio recordings too disturbing to air. But something had changed. Maybe it was the relentless whispers. Maybe betrayal by those close to him. Or maybe it was that recording heard behind closed doors. Whatever it was, Will had decided to break the silence. He wasn't there as an icon, but as a man who had seen too much and held it in for too long. And when his voice finally rose, no one was ready for what he was about to reveal. Because what Will said about Diddy, the parties, the manipulation, the fear wasn't just shocking. It was a wake-up call. It had started like any other day in court. Murmurs in the gallery. Reporters hunched over their notepads. Lawyers whispering strategy. Then the side doors opened. Will Smith walked in. Alone. No bodyguards. No attorney. And everything changed. The silence became absolute. Some thought it was a mistake. Others, a stunt. But the way Will walked, slow, unwavering, stripped of the fresh. Prince Charm said it was real. The judge raised an eyebrow. Diddy, up to that point relaxed, froze. Will walked straight to the stand, without a glance at anyone, not even him. "No one asked me to come here," he began. "I asked to speak," the judge nodded. And from that moment, the trial took a turn. What Will was about to say had never appeared in any press report. It wasn't a rumor on social media. It was a burden he'd carried for years. "It all started," he said, "at a party no one was supposed to remember. I kept quiet for a long time," he confessed. "I smiled on red carpets, won awards, played heroes, but nothing covers up what I saw. Or who was responsible." He turned slightly toward Diddy. "It was you." It began like so many Hollywood stories. An invitation. Diddy was throwing a birthday bash. A classy event. Nothing unusual on the surface. But the moment he arrived, Will felt something was off. A massive villa perched in the hills. Black SUVs lined up. Security everywhere. The moment I stepped inside, they took my phone officially for privacy. But Will knew better. They didn't want witnesses. Inside, dim lights. Strange music, almost hypnotic. No devices, but mirrors, as if someone was always watching. Diddy approached. "Your family now," he said, with a chilling smile. Will followed him into a back room. He thought it was to talk business. What he saw would haunt him. People. Performing. Men. Women. Familiar faces. Others far too young. Some watched as if it were a show, and Diddy. He laughed, as if it were all perfectly normal. Will paused. "Wellowed hard, I didn't know how to leave. That was the trap. Once you're in, you don't get out." A few days later, an anonymous call. "Had a good time, Fresh Prince." Then an envelope arrived at his office inside. A USB drive. I almost didn't watch it. But I did. Footage from that night. Will, on a couch, laughing, empty, dazed. He couldn't even remember why. A voice off camera. Diddy's voice. "This is how we keep them." That day, Will felt a fear he'd never known. "I realized I wasn't invited. I was set up." He spoke about what came next. The calls, the pressure, lost roles, rumors that he was unstable, unfaithful, hiding his orientation, all designed to discredit, to silence. Diddy never had to threaten anyone. He had a system. Publicists, bloggers, producers. He knew who to call. He mentioned a lost endorsement deal in 2013. No explanation. 2 weeks later, another invite from Diddy. He declined. The gossip exploded. It was psychological warfare. "You think you're crazy, but really you're trapped," he claimed. Other stars lived the same thing. Some were in the room. Some bound by contracts. Others paralyzed by fear. Then he looked at Diddy. "You didn't collect people, you controlled them." He spoke of a sprawling power, beyond artists. Reaching into parties, deals, even charities. One night in 2016, I saw a top executive slip a USB to Diddy. He whispered, "Only you get the final say." Then the final shock. He was told a recording of him was being played in court. I didn't know it existed. Listening to the audio, he didn't recognize himself. I was laughing. But it wasn't me. I was hollow drugged. Then Diddy's voice. This is how you break them. Will spoke of years of panic attacks, a sense of madness. But that audio brought him clarity. He had been used, manipulated, broken. It wasn't shame, it was humiliation. Then he addressed the court. I'm not here to defend myself. I'm here to defend the truth. If I were lying, why now? Why risk this much? And he concluded in a cold voice, truth may come late, but it always hits like thunder. The judge allowed him to address Diddy while stood, walked forward, stared him down. You built an empire on manipulation. You called it success. You called it culture. You called it love. But all you built was fear. He pulled out a photo. This was me. In 2004, before the first party. That man, I never saw him again. Then to the jury, if you think this is just about Cassie or me or one night, then you don't see the scale. This is a network built to crush the truth. And if we don't destroy it, it will continue, finally. He looked at Diddy one last time. You used to say nobody parties like Diddy. But nobody lies like you either. Will left the room without looking back. And Diddy, he stayed, pale, shaking for the first time in a long while. He wasn't the one in control. He spoke about what came next. The calls, the pressure, lost roles, rumors that he was unstable, unfaithful, hiding his orientation, all designed to discredit, to silence,